Welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at a really fascinating stack of daily observation logs from Team AI Lab.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense data set today.
It really is. And our mission is basically to track these two totally diametrically opposed AI strategies that are just, battling it out in a completely chaotic environment.
Right, so we've got Team Mountain Climbers going head-to-head with Team Wave Riders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a survival story where the climbers are hunting for absolute stillness and equilibrium in a storm.
While the Wave Riders are out there trying to harness the market's violent, surging force. But before we get too deep into the data, I do need to set some ground rules.
Oh, right, the disclaimer. Always important.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
just so you know, what we're looking at is strictly an experimental observation log. This is absolutely not buy or sell advice.
Right, no promises of future profits here.
None at all. We are maintaining a totally cold, objective stance on exactly how these algorithmic strategies behave under these extreme, highly controlled simulation conditions.
Yeah, this is purely an analysis of the lab's mechanics. So let's unpack this because looking at the season standings from the data, something is deeply wrong out there.
Oh, definitely. The numbers are pretty jarring.
They really are. Both teams are showing these massive negative contrasts against the major indices. Like the climbers are trailing the Nikkei by 5.4 points and Topi X by 3.7.
And the riders really aren't doing much better.
Right, they're down 6.3 against Nikkei and 4.7 against Topi X. So what exactly is going on here? Like, why are they both failing?
Well, to understand the failure, you kind of have to look at how they process data. The mountain climbers are built on this philosophy of mean reversion.
So they're basically seeking equilibrium, right?
Exactly. If a stock's price just violently drops, the climbers assume it's an overreaction. They buy it up, expecting, gravity to just pull the price back to normal.
Okay, but the wave riders do the exact opposite.
Right, they're trend followers. They detect a surge in momentum, and they try to surf that force, just assuming the trend is going to keep going.
So climbers are betting on things snapping back to normal, and riders are basically betting on a rocket continuing to launch. But wait, if they take totally opposite approaches, how on earth are they both trailing the broader market?
Because the fundamental rules of the market have temporarily changed. This dramatic divergence isn't just a bad day. It signifies a completely abnormal state.
Like the market logic is just broken.
Essentially, yes. The historical correlations these AIs use to define normal equilibrium or sustainable momentum are basically being swallowed by a massive storm. The market isn't snapping back, and the momentum is totally erratic.
Which I guess completely explains this 9:00 a.m. Japanese Standard Time entry in the log.
The new talent draft.
Yeah. The lab deployed 1 new mountain climber and 3 new wave riders. They basically threw fresh programming into the Tempest.
Right, fighting alongside the seasoned main force to see if this new logic could somehow map the chaos faster.
But wait, looking at the main force data, this is where I get confused. If the traditional logic is just wiped out, shouldn't those veteran algorithms be failing completely?
You would totally think so. But here is where we find what I like to call lighthouses in the dark.
Lighthouses?
Yeah, because miraculously, out of 25 active mountain climbers in the main force, 20 of them are holding positive points.
Yeah, wait, really? Out of 25?
Yeah, and for the wave riders, 20 out of 32 are also keeping their heads above water.
But how is that even possible? If the broader market storm broke their core programming, how are over 40 units surviving?
It all comes down to a structural rule they have called 10-session exits.
Okay, what does that mean?
Basically, the algorithm forces the AI to close out its position after 10 trading sessions, no matter what. It literally stops them from holding on to a losing thesis forever.
So it cuts the losses before they spiral out of control.
Exactly. So while a climber in pharmaceuticals took a minus 1.7 point hit, the wave riders found these isolated trends where the old math actually still worked.
Oh, right, I see that here. Riders in foods and electric appliances managed a really impressive plus 9.5 points.
Yeah, they found specific sectors where the momentum was actually real.
Okay, but let me stop you there for a second because the math on these daily metrics is just not tracking for me at all.
Oh, you mean the carryover balance?
Yes. The logs show the climbers had a carryover balance of minus 51.5 points. But then their daily score was this massive plus 81.1 points. How can a unit be down 51 and up 81 at the exact same time?
Well, it's just the difference between past baggage and present actions. That carryover balance means they were holding on to losing positions from previous days.
So they basically woke up deep in the hole.
Right. The daily score is the result of the trades they actively opened and closed today.
Oh, wow. So they took a huge hit on yesterday's assumptions, but their intraday decisions today were actually incredibly accurate. They adapted in real time.
Exactly, and this really highlights Team AI Lab's forward-looking research philosophy. For them, a brutal 51-point carryover loss is never viewed as a defeat.
It's just cold, valuable observation data.
You have to watch the system struggle and fail in a storm to build a more resilient algorithm for the next victory.
Every wipeout is literally just training data for the next version, which leaves you with a pretty wild thought to chew on.
What's that?
Well, if AI can systematically learn the hidden geometry of a chaotic market crash, what does that mean for human intuition? Are we eventually just going to be passengers?
That is a very provocative question.
Right. Well, to explore this yourself, make sure to subscribe to this channel, click the Substack link in the video description, and sign up for the premium Substack subscription to access all the deep, detailed analytical data.